So yeah, hey Chris, thanks for hopping in. And can you give us a quick intro? Who are you and what your agency do?
Absolutely. So we are Taspresso. We help real estate professionals scale and automate their business using AI avatars, voice agents, and chatbots.
Okay, that's cool. So are you working solo or do you have a small team?
Yeah, we have a small team. I have the lucky pleasure to be able to work with my parents actually. So Taspresso is a business built out of a itch that we had to scratch with our property management business. We've been in
Oh,
property management for 30 plus years. And so we were looking to be able to automate some of the things that we were doing. And through that research, we found our voice agents and chatbots to last like 2 years. And then we thought, hey, we can, help other businesses do this as well. So that's how Tespresso was born. So it's parents are two, and then we have three other team members.
I see. So you're working with
Yeah.
your parents and
Yep. My
your
dad.
parents' company has been there for like 30 years so far?
So the property management business has technically been around for the last 15. I've been a part of it for 8, but my parents have been in real estate
Yeah.
for 30 plus years.
Ah, okay. Oh,
Yeah,
that makes sense.
yeah,
I see.
yeah.
So, just what specific service do you sell to other real estate businesses? I'd like to know.
So our two core services are the voice agents and the AI avatars. What we try
Mm,
to say to people is you have one agent, one voice across all your platforms. So that's what we try to sell, an entire system where you have your voice agent that goes into whatever you're doing with your CRM or other parts of your business, and then the AI avatar, which can act as a spokesperson for your brand on social media. So whether that's talking about listings that you have during market
mm,
overviews, or maybe internally
mm,
for training team members, we try to create one avatar across mediums.
mm, I see. It
Yeah,
seems like you were providing like a comprehensive offering
yeah.
for real estate businesses, both inbound and outbound, maybe some tax here and there, like entire system, right?
Yeah, yeah. So we originally started off with just the voice agent, and you quickly realize most people don't have a system, or they believe they have a system, but nothing actually works with each other. So we've recently kind of more transitioned into this full-on automation system workflow that includes these three
Mm,
parts: the voice agent, the
mm,
chatbot, and the avatar.
yeah, I totally agree with that. Like
Yeah,
even for me, when I first started my own agency back in 2023, initially I thought if I just make this chatbot work, if I just make this voice agent work, I will make a lot of money. That was my biggest mistake I've made.
right, right,
But as I'm working with businesses, I realized that it's not about a single chatbot. It's not about a single voice agent. It's about a complete system and the agent and the automations and these are the just core. These are the just a part of the entire system.
right,
Yeah, the voice agent alone doesn't really move the needle for the business.
right, right.
So
And yeah,
you really has to be like integrated with their system and with
right.
other automations before the call, during the call, and after the call.
Yeah,
So
100%, 100%.
yeah, that's one of the biggest realizations for me.
Especially for our market, we quickly realized, oh, a lot of people, I mean, you think about it because I don't pick up phone calls that I don't know, but you realize how many calls go
Mm,
unanswered because it's like I don't know who's calling. So now you need something to text them, and then you need something
mm,
that emails
mm,
them.
mm,
So yes, systems, workflows. If
mm,
anyone is watching this, you will not get rich from just selling a voice agent because it means nothing for most people.
mm.
That's a cool way to get you in front of
Yeah,
them, but it's the
yeah,
system that will keep them
yeah,
paying month over month.
yeah. 100%, 100%. That's cool. So if you don't mind me sharing, what's your pricing model?
Yeah. So we have two pricing models. One is a subscription base for the voice agents and the chatbots, and then the avatars are based on the amount of videos you order. So I think 5, 10, and 25, or 5, 15, and 25.
Mm,
The
I see.
voice agent and chatbot. Right now, the voice agent is priced at 397 a month, and the chatbot
Mhm.
at 197. And then, of course, that's tied to the amount of minutes or interactions you get with those two plans.
Okay. So do you just have a single plan for your clients,
Us,
or do you have tiered pricing?
so we do have tier pricing. What we found was most people don't need as many minutes as they believe
No.
because on average, what we're seeing for real estate is the calls are about 5 minutes. So our first plan gives you 2,500 minutes for 397, and most people don't exceed that. So we haven't had anyone that's gotten a higher tiered plan, but we do have bundles where you can get a voice agent and a chatbot, or a voice agent and an avatar, which some
Mm.
people do those.
Mhm. Yeah, I see. Just out of curiosity, for AI avatar you mentioned, because
Mhm.
I'm not, are you creating a content for them? That's why you offer content creation using AI avatar?
Yeah. Yep. So
I see.
we give people the option to provide us their scripts, or they can provide us some ideas of videos that they want seen
Okay.
or created, and then we create the entire script. We create the audio for it. We
Mhm.
do the captioning. So all of that is included in the service. And then we don't get this as often because we haven't been pushing it as often, but we also do photo to video service for real estate listings. So that's done through like a separate company we have called Real Estate Studio, which will turn
Mhm.
those photos into property tours.
I see. And
Yeah.
how hard it is to create AI avatar content? Because it seems like for me, if you just have a proven script that's working,
Yeah.
it's just a click of a button from my head. But do you have any other, like, is there any other skills, or is there any other components you need to really work on as an agency?
Yeah.
Or
I think the biggest thing, and these tools have gotten so much better when I first started testing them about 2 to 3 years ago, because that kind of came before the voice agents. But the ability to turn a photo into a video and then syncing that with audio, these platforms are very
mm,
great at doing that now. So HeyGen is one that we use for a lot of our stuff. You know, the script writing, you can use Claude or ChatGPT, or if you're
mm,
a copywriter, if you want to write it yourself, you can.
yeah,
The biggest thing
yeah,
is making sure that the character looks real, making sure the
mm,
character is the movements are synced with what they're
mm,
saying, and
mm,
then combining that music piece will really bring it to life.
yeah, yeah. I see. So seems like there are little techniques here and there to be
Yeah,
able to make that the final output really like tangible and like really great from a client
and
perspective. Right?
right, 100%. And there's so many other tools. Google VO3,
Mm-hmm.
they just
Mm-hmm.
also released Nano Banana.
Banana,
There's
banana. Yeah.
yeah. So there's so many tools. We also use Higgins Field AI. So it's kind of like whatever platform you prefer and what you're
Mm-hmm.
used to. But you
Mm-hmm.
most likely will use an assortment of tools to bring this to reality.
Mm-hmm. That's cool. So moving on to my next question. Oh, you don't have to answer this question, but
Mhm.
if you don't mind sharing, what's your monthly revenue range?
Yeah. So we launched officially like 2 months ago. And we have 10 paying clients at minimum of 397. So
Mm-hmm.
you do the math on that.
Yeah, yeah. Okay,
So
that makes sense.
not
All right.
not
Yeah, for
not
sharing.
bad. Not bad. Um,
Mhm. Yeah,
not
for
bad.
sure, because that's not like one time. That's like recurring.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
Every
and
month.
yeah, it keeps stacked up.
Yeah.
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 Okay, that's cool. And how do you get your clients? What's your main client acquisition channel?
So we are great at presenting. So our main acquisition channel is going in person to speak at conferences or meetup groups.
Mm,
We don't run ads, and we're starting to utilize the AI agents on social to gather clients. But our main thing is being able to present, showing people the possibilities, and then getting them excited and scheduling a not a tour but a call.
I see.
Yeah.
So I assume you go to a lot of networking events in real estate, a lot of
Yep.
events.
Yep. So
That's how you get leads.
my dad who manages sales, is great at meeting people. He's the type that will strike up a conversation with anyone. and then
Ah,
I'm
I
usually
see.
brought in to,
Ah,
work the magic, show the magic tricks, show how the agents work and how it can be used
okay.
in your business. And then, of
I
course,
see.
podcasts or online workshops where we're able to
I
show
see.
the power of AI.
Okay, I see. So
Yeah.
your dad is basically a lead generation machine for your business, and you're
Yeah,
basically
pretty
doing the
much,
back
pretty
end.
much.
All right,
Yep, yep,
I
yep.
see.
And because, like I said, we have a unique background, we're able to speak
Yeah.
from our like we
Mm,
actually use this within our own business.
yeah.
So that gives us a little bit more credit of like we have an actual property management business
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
manages multi-million dollars worth of property, and
Mm,
these are the tools we're using. So
mm,
I will say it's a little bit of a cheat code for people that are starting out that don't have that kind of experience or background. It can help to partner with people that have
yeah.
a little bit of experience, a little bit of credibility in a space or in a
Yeah.
niche. So
Yeah.
it works out.
Yeah. Yeah. That's great. That's a great leverage. Just being able to have enough experience and actually using the system you're selling inside your
Yeah,
business.
yeah, hundred
That's
percent. That's
yeah.
actually in our pitch of like, hey, you can literally go
Yeah.
to our business's
Hmm.
website and see
Yeah.
us using the same tools.
Yeah. That's cool. And what do you think is the best performing offer so far in your agency?
It's definitely the voice agent. That's the
Hmm.
thing that gets people the most excited. That's the thing that's
Hmm.
the easiest to see and test because you can just call a phone
Yeah.
number and speak with it and hear it. So yeah, that's
Yeah.
definitely our leading product.
I see. And why do you think that's the best performing offer so far, compared to other deliverables like AI Avatar?
I think because it's easy to understand how this can work in your business. Everyone has to make phone
Mm.
calls in some capacity
Okay.
for their business, and most business
Uh,
owners do not like making phone calls.
okay.
So that's
Oh, that
a
makes
quick
sense.
fix, a quick solve, especially in real estate because the it's leads. If you miss a
Mm.
lead, you're missing a
Yeah.
potential deal. So
Yeah. Yeah. I see. Because AI Avatar is very new to them, right?
yeah, yeah, it's most of them aren't doing marketing, to be honest, outside of being on Zillow or Realtor.com
Yeah.
or running Facebook ads. So it's kind of hard for them to wrap their mind around how can this work within my business? What would I actually
Mm.
use it for? The voice
Yeah.
agent, I don't like doing phone
They're already
calls.
making calls.
Yeah, I want this to do
Yeah.
it, or I have a virtual assistant,
I see.
and they work a certain amount of days, certain amount of hours. You can better track it, especially using a tool such as
Mm.
ChatDash. You can see all of your calls. You can see,
Mm.
adding your custom charts. You can see if appointments are booked versus how many calls were made, how
Yeah.
long the calls are, the reasons for hanging up. So that's really been a game changer for us because no one has to
Mm.
wonder what the agent is doing,
Yeah.
if it's making calls, if it's receiving calls. It's
Yeah.
all there in one easy place.
Yeah. I'm glad you mentioned that because I think most agencies overlook the importance of client reporting. Because like most agencies, when they're starting out, especially when they're starting out, they are looking for a lot of clients. They're looking for leads. But the real value of the business really comes from the recurring revenue. It's
Yep.
really important to keep those customers to keep paying you. So I think you're on point that you need to have unified system to show a clear ROI of your offering of your service,
Yeah. Yeah.
so
Yeah.
they can see the value, tangible value in dollars.
100%. Because I was before I found ChatDash, I was about to build it myself, and you're connecting this API and that
Yeah.
API, and I was like, "No, there has to be something out there." And I stumbled upon a YouTube video you
Yeah.
made, and I was like, "Oh, this is it. This is what I was looking for."
Yeah. So, which leads us to the next question. What do you think is the biggest bottleneck in your business? What's slowing you down the
Uh,
most?
Definitely onboarding.
Onboarding.
Where you're having to use a hodgepodge of different tools. This tool for the voice agent, this tool to make the voices, this tool for the
Mm,
client to give you all of their logins. Of course, they every client has their own CRM, so now you have to use another
mm,
tool to connect and do the automations. So that has definitely been the bottleneck. Uh, these are very busy real estate professionals that sometimes you don't hear back from them for a week or 2 weeks, and they're on the, their money is on the line. We
Yeah.
can't finish the service until they provide us some of these things. So that has definitely been like the number
Yeah.
one bottleneck. And it's caused
Yeah.
us to have to revamp our entire onboarding, which we've
I
done in the
see.
last 2 weeks. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, like getting all the login credentials for the existing tool stacks,
Yep. Yep.
right?
Yep. And then having, I think another thing is having, and this is still part of onboarding, but having them actually test the agent because we give them,
Okay.
a workflow of what the agent will do when this happens or when this happens. And everyone's
Yeah.
like, yeah, great. But no one really takes the time to test the agent. And so that is something that we're, trying to integrate within the onboarding so that, at this date, your agent will be testable. And at this date, the agent will be
Okay.
live. So
Okay.
those are all the things that we just recently revamped.
Okay. Can you briefly go over your previous onboarding process and the current onboarding
Yeah,
process, and how did you streamline that in
yeah.
between?
So the previous onboarding process was we would set up a Google Meets call. They would be excited. We would then, before we upgraded our chat dash plan, we had to create the the agent and then send them the login, and then they would
Yeah.
go in and pay. We
Yeah.
have the SaaS plan now. So on the call with them, we can provide them the pricing plan. They can select what agent
Mm,
they would like. It's then automatically cloned from the list of template
mm,
agents that we have.
mm,
They're then taken into our onboarding phase, which is a website that we created that gets all their
mm,
information, such as their logins, what
mm,
calendars they're using, what
mm,
other additional tools they're using. We provide
mm,
easy workflow options. So, do you want this to be an appointment scheduler? Do you want this to
mm,
be a follow up? Voice agent
mm,
or chatbot? Do you want this to kind of
mm,
be a blend of both? And then we have automated emails that are triggered based on where they are in the
mm.
stages of their onboarding. So
Yeah.
once they provide that information, we'll then send them an email saying, hey, in 3 to 5 business days, you'll get like a mini agent for you to be able to test. That
Mm,
mini agent will be uh, the voice options that you chose. So whether it's male or female, young
yeah.
or old,
Yeah.
Southern voice, New York voice, things like that. And then it'll also have the workflow that you've selected. So it'll literally go through all of that information. Once you approve that, it will start the second phase, which is connecting it to your CRMs. So based on all the
Mm,
information you give us, we will be going into your CRMs, testing it, and then making sure that
mm,
now your system works where a call is sent, maybe a follow-up email is sent after that, follow-up text is
mm,
sent, and then maybe another call if they don't respond back to any of those. So that's kind of like our new
mm,
onboarding now. And then we launch
mm,
within 14 business days. That's the timeline.
okay. So you're trying to get your live voice agent up and running within 14 days upon,
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah.
upon submission.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And of course, that can be quicker depending how fast they
Yeah.
fill out the onboarding. But 14
Yeah.
days is what we're looking for. And then we also
I
changed
see.
the pricing model with that. So previously we didn't have any onboarding fee. The moment you
Yeah.
paid your, first month would start. But now we're
Yeah.
looking to split the
Yeah. That
first
makes
month
sense.
payment, into an onboarding, and then like
Yeah.
your remaining balance is due when your agent is launched, which starts your official
Okay.
first month. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess with our new platform launch in Q4, your onboarding process will be much simpler
That's
because
the
like,
hope.
yeah. So we'll be integrating workflow, native workflow inside our platform. So are you guys using what's it called? The CRM follow up boss? That's like the biggest one.
And every client has had a different one. So we've used
Okay.
Follow Up Boss, Go High Level, Digital Fox, or Dispute Fox, because we have a credit repair company. Um, we have some clients that use KV Core slash Bold Trail. We have another client that uses Shape. So that
Yeah.
has been also,
It's so fragmented.
yeah, there's so many different platforms and they all have different
Yeah.
API documentation. It's just like,
Oh,
oh my
that's
goodness.
not good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
What do you think is the like most frequently used platform in terms of CRM within real estate. Real estate.
But it seems like Bold Trail and Follow Up Boss
Sure.
have been the at least for
Okay.
the tiered agent that we're going after.
Yeah.
I think some of the higher level players probably use Go High Level because there's a lot of automations within that. And
Yeah.
they're also, I think, white labeling down to their other top performing agents. My assumption.
Because in our upcoming workflow builder, we'll most likely add follow-up boss as an app integration right away.
Gotcha. Okay.
Maybe
Yeah.
what was the other one? You said?
KV Core / Bold Trail. Their API documentation is terrible, but a lot of
Yeah.
people use it. So
Just send me the link to it if we can, so that I can see if we can add that as an app integration with our
got you.
upcoming platform. Cool to hear. And do you have any SOPs around your onboarding process, or you just do it?
Yeah, I mean those things were initially it was all in my head, and as
Uh,
the team is growing and we're getting more, developers, because I was doing everything myself at one point. Um,
uh,
we created processes for everything. So that has been. If you haven't done it, please do it. It's painstaking and long, but it's very important because it makes life easier.
okay. I mean, like the SOP, not the onboarding process itself. Like, do you have like a specific like, step-by-step guideline? Do you
Yeah.
have that in HR document
Say that one more time.
as an internal
Yeah.
SOP? Okay.
Yeah, so we have SOPs now for almost every aspect.
Okay.
Well, of course, obviously continuing to build them out for sales, but
Mm,
internally for how you make an AI avatar, how you make one of our
okay.
photo to video services, how you make a voice agent, how do you make a chatbot.
Uh,
Yeah.
okay. And like out of all these SOPs you have, is there anything you could share to the viewers of my YouTube channel? It doesn't have to be, very. Um,
Yeah, I mean, what do you think would be most beneficial?
I was thinking about the onboarding process actually, because I think a lot of people miss that part. They're pretty good at like getting people in front of the door, and they demo the agent or whatever the
Hmm.
service they have, and after closing the deal, they like their onboarding process is very clunky.
Right,
So it would
right.
be great if you can share like one of those like onboarding, like how you basically onboard clients in your agency because you're already generating, uh, because you already nailed that onboarding process for your agency.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, if people want to steal our onboarding, I can drop the link. This may not work for your business. It was
Yeah, but
obviously
like
made
just
for.
to get the idea on
Yeah.
how other people do
Um,
it.
what we did was we reverse engineered what our users were experiencing. So the biggest thing
Mm,
was some people were sending us messages via text, some people were sending messages via email, some people were calling
yeah,
us. Um, like, hey, what do I need to send you? I don't know how to do that. I don't
yeah,
know how to add you as a member. So we said, okay, how can we take that part and make it seamless? We need to get
yeah,
everyone's logins right off the bat. And
yeah,
instead of waiting until you get off the call, do it while you're on the sales call with them because they're already excited. They just paid you
yeah,
money and they
yeah,
already blocked the time out to do this. So we
yeah,
walk people through our onboarding process. We built ours with Lovable, but you can use a Google form, type form, whatever.
yeah,
So that would be the first thing. Getting the logins is most important out of
yeah,
everything because you may not be able to reach these people again. The
yeah,
second, I think, is setting expectations in our onboarding form. The first thing you literally see is what the agent can do and what the
yeah.
agent can't do.
Mm,
We kept having people saying like, "Oh, I thought it could do this. I thought it could do that." Never
mm,
said that to you. That was never in the
mm,
sales pitch.
mm,
So we reiterate that during onboarding. This is what your agent will do based on the service you
yeah,
select. This is what it will not do. If you want these things over here, it's not going to happen. At least
yeah.
not with us in this moment. You can probably pay additional for those things. I think
Okay.
reiterating and setting expectations within your onboarding so that the
Yeah,
user knows what to expect once
yeah.
they receive
That's really
this.
important.
Yeah, and then after that, it was reiterating what is going to happen in each phase. A lot of our clients in the beginning would disappear. We couldn't reach them.
Yeah.
And so they'd be like, "Hey, I thought it was done." And it's like, "We told you 14 business days." And they're like, "Oh, okay." And then they would just disappear again. So having
Mm,
things set in place that you're constantly keeping them engaged will allow you to move through the process smoother and also feel like they're
yep.
getting value and realize that it's not an overnight thing, because these
Yeah.
systems do take time. Most most
Yeah.
most often you're creating them from scratch for this person. So those would be
Yeah.
the three biggest things I think in the onboarding that's important. Getting those logins while they're excited, setting expectations, and then reiterating what exactly the service will be and what it would do for
Yep.
someone's business.
Yeah. I mean, you nailed it. I think that's the most, how do I say this? The most overlooked part of the business
Yeah,
in terms of like, setting the right expectation, because most people will think that, oh, AI will save my business. Basically, this their mental model, which is not
yeah.
true at all.
It is not. And
Yeah.
those are, I mean, you want to be able to help everybody. You can't. And sometimes those are your worst clients, because
Yeah.
this is like their last ditch effort. And it's like, I need to
Yeah.
do something different. AI
Yeah.
supposedly can do this, that, and the third. And it's like, whoa,
Yeah.
slow down. AI doesn't work overnight. Honestly, I think it'll take 2 to 3 months, maybe 1 to 2, for most people to see like a real change, because voice agents, like I mentioned, people aren't going to pick up the phone calls. So those numbers are going to be a lot lower than people think.
Yep.
And it's going to make a lot of phone calls. So it's going to look a little worse, because it's like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm not getting any appointments, but it's made 700 calls. What's happening? So
Mm.
make sure you're setting up systems with your
Yeah.
voice agents. Make sure that you're constantly, whether you have a knowledge base, whether you're putting out blog material, whether you're sending email blasts, make sure you're engaging your current customers and your
Yep.
future customers,
Sure.
because it's all about setting realistic
Yep.
expectations.
For
Or
sure.
Discord communities, which I do
Yeah.
not suggest doing unless that's like your thing. That's a lot of work as well. So hats off to you
Yeah.
guys for having a thriving community.
Yeah. I appreciate that. So, would you be comfortable sharing like one of your onboarding secrets in your notes,
Uh,
or?
yeah, yeah. I don't know if anyone's heard of the Savannah Bananas. They are well, they're a sport, banana ball. But they're a baseball team, that their whole motto is fans first. And so we kind of took what they were doing, and our motto is clients first. So how can we make
Mm,
an experience that traditionally is boring, or an interaction that traditionally may be nuanced, and provide some fun or provide some cleverness or provide
mm,
entertainment with it? And so when we create anything, whether it's pitch decks, whether it's
mm.
onboarding materials, whether it's
Yep.
deciding to change our pricing, we think of, how does this impact our clients? And
Mhm,
does this bring value to them and their business in a manner that can move the needle? And so
mhm.
for us in our onboarding, there's so many cool things and nuanced things that we did. So for example, if you complete the onboarding in 24 hours, you get one free AI avatar video. It's a
Yeah.
win for us because we're getting their
Mm,
information faster, and it's also a
yeah.
win for them because now they're getting to use, AI and
Mhm.
and video, and they can be in the talk of like, "Oh, did you see what that realtor is
Yeah.
doing? They're using AI." And
Yeah.
it's another win for us because we're getting people to use another service that they haven't paid
Yep.
for yet, but once they realize how good it is, "Oh, I want
Yep.
that. I need that."
Mhm.
So those are like
Yeah.
small things that we're starting to do, where you don't know you're getting it, but it's like, oh, that's a clever surprise. That's a cool thing.
Mhm.
So just things like that. We're looking to put clients
Yeah.
first.
Mhm.
And that's
That's
not to
great.
say
That's great.
clients are always right. I don't wanna get that confused, because that is not true. Stick with what your business does, but clients go first, because without them, you make no money, and if you make no money, you have
Yep.
no business. You have no
Yeah.
business, you know,
Yeah. Yeah, that's for
I
sure.
felt here.
I
Yeah.
I think it really comes down to, like, what type of customers, what type of clients you're going to serve with your
Yeah,
business.
yeah,
And obviously, there are some people who are going to benefit from our service or won't, right? So I think it's very important to like nail that ICP who you're selling to.
absolutely. Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, that's cool. All right. So moving on to finally chat destruction. What problem were you trying to solve when you first found ChatDash?
So the problem we were trying to solve was putting a voice agent on a website, because at the time there was no
Mm,
way to embed that voice agent slash chatbot
yep.
on a website. So I was
Yeah.
like, how do you make a tool that if I want to talk with it online, I can't? And so I was searching for a bunch
Mm,
of them, and I found ChatDash. You did a video of how you can embed a voice
yep.
agent on your website. And then I was looking and I was like, oh, this does a lot more than I thought. And these are all the
Mm.
things that I need it to
Ah,
do.
okay.
So we tried it. I think I tried it with like 5 different accounts because like I'm not paying for this if it doesn't work. I did a
Yeah.
lot of different accounts just to like try different things.
Yeah.
And then eventually I liked
Yeah.
what I saw and the team liked what they saw. And so we
Yeah.
purchased the plan and then we were like, oh, we want to be able to do SaaS pricing and have it connect directly to
Mm,
ChatDash versus having to do
yeah.
it ourselves every time. So we upgraded to the next tier.
Mm, mm,
And yeah, we love it. It just makes life easier. The things you all are adding is making our life easier, like the Stripe features, which are
yeah.
cool. And then the thing I love the most is our use cases. I put 5 suggestions that would help us. And within 2 weeks, you guys added all of them to the platform. So being able to kind of grow with the platform and actually see your feedback implemented is really
Mhm.
cool. And you don't get that with larger platforms. It is
Yeah.
what it is. They make what they want
Mm,
to make, and you pay what you
mm,
pay for. So
mm. Yeah. I'm glad to hear that. I really appreciate your feedback.
yeah, absolutely.
We're contemplating new things, so stay tuned for that. And so, yeah. So my next question would be, why did you decide to use ChatDash over other solutions? So you could have built your own solution, or you could have used other solutions in the market.
Yeah. Well, one, I was building my own solution, and I built out the entire dashboard, and I was like, "This is a lot. If something breaks, I gotta
Mm,
fix it. I'm trying to run a business,
yeah.
so this isn't the business that I want to run."
Mm,
The second thing was at the time I didn't see anything that did this. I'm sure there are
mm,
clones of you out there now, but I didn't see anything that did all the things I needed
yeah.
it to do, and that we needed it to do for our business. Of course, you could
Mhm,
probably use like Go High Level to do this or do some of these
yeah.
things, but the biggest things was the stats, the dashboard with the analytics, and then the
Yeah.
payments. Being able to do that from one place saves you so much time. And it
Mhm,
also adds value because once again, your clients can go into their own dashboard. They can see
mhm,
all the data. They can listen to all the
mhm,
calls. They can read all the messages. And they don't get access to the actual tools you're using to build this, which was our
mhm.
biggest thing.
Yeah.
And if they want to change things, then we have the option to turn that on as well, so they can make some
Yeah.
changes. So that was
Mhm.
like the biggest reason why we went with this platform and why we stick with this platform.
All right. Thanks. So my final question would be, would you recommend Satoshi to other agency owners? Why or why not?
No, 100%. It's funny. Recently we were looking at finding a platform that did the workflow, something you were working on. And so we get on the call and he's going through the spiel, and I was like, hey, I'm gonna just stop you right now. You should look at this other company, ChatDash, because they're doing a lot of the things you're doing. Just don't think you're doing it that well and you're charging a lot of money. But some of the baseline features for agency owners you don't have.
Mm,
So for other businesses, I've been on calls and I've sent them to look at your website
mhm,
for other similar type of platforms because I think you set the
mhm.
bar very high for what you do.
Yeah.
And then for other people that want to get into this space, it's the first thing I suggest because it takes
Mm,
out the headache of having to figure out how do I get payment? How do I
yep.
connect analytics? Um,
Yep.
how do I give people access to a dashboard to see all the stuff? This
Mm.
makes it very simple. So I recommended it to a few people, obviously, and been on calls where I'm like, go look at what they're doing. Start there,
Yeah.
minimum.
Yeah. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Yeah. We're trying our best to, to be able to deliver the best quality in terms of software reliability and even, being able to respond to customer tickets as soon as possible.
Yeah.
So
No,
I'm
you
glad
guys
that
do
you
a great job.
absolutely felt that.
Yeah,
So
no, you can do a great job. Yeah, you're responsive in the Discord, even though sometimes I see people uploading bugs and feedback. I'm like, hey, go to the help desk. You'll get a
yeah,
quicker answer. Use the help desk. It's there.
yeah,
I get an
yeah,
answer
no
usually in
worries.
like 30 minutes, but I get it. Gotta meet them where
Yeah,
they
no
are.
worries happen. Yeah. Anyways, all right. I think that's it for the case study interview. Thanks for your time,
Cool.
Chris,
Thank you for having
and
me.
thanks for everything so far.